Hola, estudiantes. Me llamo Maetra Julia. I am your garden teacher this year. Even though this year is already so weird and different, I'm still going to be bringing you into the garden with me virtually. A little bit about myself. I'm originally from California. My family is Mexican and they came into California and have lived there for a little bit now. And now me and my brother have been moving into Oregon. My favorite thing about the garden is getting really, really dirty. I love to touch the plants, I love to feel the soil, and I like to leave feeling like I got dirty and I did a lot of hard work. Today, we are going to be going over some garden and online expectations. And then I'm going to show you a tour of the garden and show you all of the very cool new things growing in the garden right now. Let's go over some garden expectations now. All right, welcome to my home. We have 5 garden expectations this year. Some of them you might recognize from last year, and some of them are brand new to this year. Let's start with garden expectation number 1. Be kind to all living things. You might remember this one because it is true in the garden and when we are not in the garden. This year, I think it's especially important that you are kind even to yourself. You might have good days, you might have hard days. I want to make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Can you think of anything or anyone that you can be kind to from home? The second garden expectation is to be brave and try new things. It feels like this whole year is new. We're doing brand new things all the time. So I'm sure that you can already name so many new things that you have learned or tried just this year. Our third expectation is ask for help when you need it. We don't expect you to know everything, so please ask us for help. Our fourth expectation says use kind and respectful language. Whether you're speaking to your siblings or your friends or to other people online, we need to make sure that we are using kind and respectful language. Our fifth and final garden expectation is to have fun. Even though garden school is going to be much, much different this year, I'm going to be sharing fun videos from your garden and sharing fun activities for you to try at home. I think it's gonna be really, really fun. All right, let's head back to the garden and take a little tour. Our first stop is, of course, at our bug house. I like to call these our bug hotels. I do happen to see one little visitor. They're hiding right there in the bamboo. I'm not going to disturb that friend. Our next stop is at my very favorite plant in the garden right now. Can anybody figure out what this plant might be? I see that it is very bushy. It has green leaves. Oh, and I'm spotting some fruit on here. I'm spotting some green fruit, but I'm also spotting some fruit that is starting to turn red. What do you think this is? This is a tomato plant. I love tomatoes. They are my favorite fruit or vegetable. I normally just eat them as they are. I bite into them like an apple. Do any of you do that too? I also love them in salsas, in salads, in tomato sauce. There are all sorts of different ways that we use tomatoes. Have you ever seen anybody cook with a tomato before? What were they making? I wonder if any of you will recognize this fruit right here. What does this look like? Looks almost to me like a watermelon. but a really teeny tiny watermelon about the size of my thumb. Have any of you seen this or eaten this before? I'm gonna go ahead and eat this and I'll tell you what it tastes like. It's crunchy. And let's look at the inside of it. It's green and it has little teeny seeds on the inside. Does this remind you of any other plant you've seen? Also notice that it is sour. This plant is called a Mexican sour gherkin. Another name for this little fruit is a mouse melon, maybe because it is a small enough melon for a mouse. Another name for it can be a cucamelon, a little mix between a cucumber and a watermelon. Our calabaza de verano, or our summer squash, loves to climb. This plant is growing frijoles, or beans. I wonder if any of you will recognize this plant. They have all of these little teardrop-shaped fruit hanging from them. I'm gonna break one off, and you can try and figure out what it might be. So, this fruit is, what color is it? Green or verde. On the inside of it, when we pop it open, it has this outer shell, and on the inside, there is a little fruit. And this fruit is what you break off and you can cook with. This plant is the tomatillo plant. They are used in our salsa verdes, our mole verdes, chili verdes. All of those get their green color from the tomatillo. All right, my friends, that is all for our garden today. I'll see you in our next video. Adios!